Most people think procrastination drains your energy because the work keeps piling up. But that is only part of it. Procrastination doesn't just drain you because of what you avoid. It drains you because your mind keeps carrying what you haven't finished. The task may be untouched. The email may still be unanswered. The project may still be waiting. But mentally, it is not gone. It stays open in the background, even when you are doing something else, even when you are trying to rest, even when you tell yourself you're not thinking about it. Part of your attention keeps returning. You remember it randomly. You think about how long it has been sitting there. You tell yourself you should have finished it already. And every time it returns to your mind, it takes a little more energy with it. Not enough to fully overwhelm you, just enough to keep you mentally occupied. That is why procrastination can feel so draining. Because the task is not being done, but it is still being carried. This is the part most people miss. Procrastination is not only a delay in action, it can become a constant leak of attention. You may step away from the task physically, but mentally, it keeps following you. When you sit down to relax, when you open your phone, when the room gets quiet, the unfinished thing returns. And because it has not been resolved, your mind cannot fully release it. So instead of one clear moment of effort, you get many small moments of tension, a little guilt, a little pressure, a quiet feeling of being behind before you even begin. Over time, that becomes exhausting. Not because the task itself is always difficult, but because your mind never fully leaves it. And that may be the most draining part, not the task itself, but being unable to mentally put it down. This is especially common for people who overthink, because overthinking keeps unfinished things active internally. The task stops feeling simple. It becomes a mental loop. You think about when you should do it, how much energy it will require, whether you already delayed it too long, whether you will do it well enough. And slowly, the task becomes bigger inside your mind than it is in real life. That is when procrastination starts draining more than time. It drains presence. You are not fully working, but you are not fully resting either. You are somewhere in between, avoiding the task, while still being mentally attached to it. And that in-between state becomes exhausting, because the mind never gets closure, only temporary escape. You distract yourself for a while. You feel a little relief, but the relief does not last. The task returns, the pressure returns, and now the task feels slightly heavier than before. This is how procrastination creates exhaustion without visible effort. From the outside, it may look like you are doing nothing, but internally, your mind may be negotiating all day. Should I start now? Do I have enough energy? What if I can't focus? What if it takes too long? This constant negotiation is draining, because the mind keeps preparing for action without fully entering it, approaching the task, then pulling away, approaching again, then pulling away again. And every time that happens, a little more energy is used. This is why you can feel tired before you even begin, not because you have done too much, but because mentally you have rehearsed starting too many times. You carried the task. You measured the effort. You resisted it. You judged yourself for delaying it. And by the time you finally try to begin, your mind is already tired. That is one of the hidden costs of procrastination. It turns unfinished tasks into unfinished mental loops. And the more loops remain open, the less mental space you have. This is why procrastination can make normal life feel heavier. A small message feels like pressure. A simple decision feels strangely demanding, not because you are weak, but because your attention is already crowded. Too many things are still open internally, too many small obligations quietly pulling on your mind. And when attention stays divided for too long, rest stops feeling complete. You may lie down, but your mind is still holding the list. You may have free time, but part of you still feels behind. Because procrastination does not only delay work, it delays relief. It delays the moment your mind can finally stop carrying the thing. That is why procrastination can feel exhausting even before anything happens. The energy is not only spent doing the task, it is spent keeping the task alive in your head. And the longer it stays there, the heavier it feels. So if procrastination has been draining you, the question is not only, why can't I do this? Sometimes the better question is, how long have I been carrying this mentally? Because sometimes you are not tired from the work. You are tired from the open loop, the repeated return, the unfinished pressure, the quiet background weight of something your mind has not been able to close. And once you see procrastination this way, it becomes easier to understand why even small tasks can feel exhausting. They are not always small anymore. Not after your mind has carried them for days. Not after they have quietly become part of your background tension. That is where the exhaustion begins, not only in the task, but in the mental weight of never fully putting it down. If this video made you recognize something in yourself, subscribe to Quiet Clarity. This channel explores the psychological patterns behind the behaviors people repeat every day without fully understanding why. And if you have experienced this kind of mental exhaustion, leave a comment below. Your experience may help someone else realize they are not the only one carrying unfinished things this way. And if this video gave you clarity, leave a like. It helps this channel reach more people who are trying to understand their mind instead of only blaming themselves.